Hello and welcome back to another video. Casio makes some pretty nice calculators, honestly, except for the part where they don't, where they just, silkscreen the damn legends onto the keys, which means if you use them too much, this happens with the freaking thing. Come on, Casio, go with, like, double shot keys, come on. It'd be very nice. Walmart special Casio clone. I've been glitching. I was glitching this earlier by basically shorting the battery out, and I did get to say Casio, that Casio turn off thing once, although I didn't catch it. Yeah, this is Walmart's drop shipped Casio clone. It's it's under their pen gear thing, and yep, this is one hell of a Chinese special. I misplaced the packaging, so I'm trying to. Yep, metric instead of metric. Yeah, not exactly confidence inspiring. Well, the other thing that's not confidence inspiring is this key legend. Yeah, that's just horrible. It's like they didn't have the correct font set or something for the weird mathematical functions. I mean, I thought the Corner Office 6300G clone was kind of pretty bad with its hard to read, low contrast, you know, black on black. I mean, that is honestly really hard to read, and I'm able-sighted. Yeah, I'm able-sighted, and even I have trouble reading the sub labels on this. It's not good. And then you have this, which makes that look like divine intervention in comparison. I mean, why is that a tilde? That's the -1 inverse thing. Why is this a tilde? Femto isn't even on here. Along with the colon thing, although inexplicably we have the semicolon thing, which does it have the semicolon thing? I don't know if this has a semicolon thing. Which I have yet to see where the semicolon thing is supposed to be. Why is this not double shot? Double injection. And go ask Cryos and Cryos and 22 here on YouTube. Pi instead of okay, we don't have the pi symbol. Then why is it PAI? Is that I don't speak Chinese, but is that how they is that how they have I don't know. It's like that you know what this reminds me of? I have a piece of crap just-in-time printed version of Das Capital. It was a Christmas gift from my mom or something, and it's literally they essentially just took the PDF off Marxists.org and just sent it and just printed it, and just fed it through that a industrial book printing binding thing, and it is horribly formatted. There's like weird sections where instead of the mathematical formulas, it's just random garbage characters. Uh, yeah, this key legend is terrible, honestly. It's god awful and honestly moderately confusing. Like what the hell's happening down here? Uh, I swear the versions of these on AliExpress, at least the advertisement photos on the listings, have better key legend. Anyway, to be fair, it was only $5, which, all things considered, that's pretty decent. Struggle to beat that ordering one of these off AliExpress. You're not gonna get the exact same, but you're gonna get pretty much this, but unlabeled, or it's gonna be functionally identical. It's probably just put scientific calculator 401 functions into the search bar, and it'll probably show up. How about some of the quirks? So if you're even like an inkling of actually no, let's do the shark. Yeah. Yes, this is the calculator I moved into. It's not only did I change its model for the high-end one, but it's also quite overclocked. So we do. Oh no. This is awkward, isn't it? Okay, these are basically, these are the exact same. They look different, but mathematically they are the same. So if we, now, even those that have failed algebra class will be able to tell you, there are no real or even complex solutions for any of for this equation. Zero. That's like saying apple equals carpet. It's no, it's not gonna work. Yeah. If we try it on here, let's do 15. Yeah, it's not gonna work. If we do it onto here, do this by shift calc, which inexplicably it just shows this up instead. So shift calc, then you do it again, shift calc, and then it begins solving it. Watch it make a fool of myself. Oh, I didn't make a fool of myself. Yeah, no, that's not correct. Apparently we're gonna... Whatever... I'll tell you this, the equation solvers in the Casio and the Sharp are significantly better than, actually the Casio has the best equation solver, hands down, but honestly the Sharp's not half bad either. Whatever Crinky Dinkler do while loop they have in here is running into this thing's floating point precision issues, because of course 1.47 blah 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 to the power 13 isn't +1 is going to be, yeah, that's just erroneous. What's probably happening here is it's lost enough precision where adding 1 to it just rolls back, so if you ever seen the Minecraft Farlands thing and the whole jittery thing in Bedrock Edition, which is still there, and it's same concept, same concept. Although for stuff like this, it's going to be in base 10 because it's binary encoded decimal, as opposed to game engines, which usually use IEEE floating point values formats in our base 2. Yeah, that's obviously not correct, so I am losing track right now. Just solve for x. You're not gonna do it, mate. I know it's not gonna happen. But yeah, it looks like, yeah, I can't solve. It looks like it's just, what this does is, similar to this thing, the sharp, in that it's, in fact, the sharp, I didn't input that, did I? Actually, I probably did. The sharp, delta x, what that does is it's just gonna use the delta x thing, add or subtract it from the its attempt, add and subtract it from the x, figure out which direction is makes it closer to 0 and goes that direction. This seems to be doing something similar, except the sharp had the privilege of having seasoned programmers, so it's gonna know, like, it's gonna have stuff regarding its limitations with its floating point thing kept in mind, while this thing hasn't. It does have that cannot solve thing. So if we do x plus 1, watch it just say it's the thing anyway. I have to fool around with this. So that's kind of a massive strike against this thing, is the piss poor equation solver. It's also and this actually comes from the Horse's Mouth Casio. They have a video online on telling the fakes between the reals, and something this can't do is figure out that x is supposed to be 1, unless you tell it's 1, while something like that. Actually, the sharp is, I think, similar. There it is. Can't solve. But if we do, yeah, it's gonna. So, yeah. Not only that, but this thing's kind of slow. And it's a tad slow. As you saw, the equation solver takes a bit of time, and there's no external timing resistor like there is on the sharp. So you cannot overclock this thing, which is kind of sad, really. But okay, but how about some positives? The other features, like bit where you're able to have something in there and just buzz through multiple numbers. That's in here, which is very handy, especially when you're doing stuff with electronics and stuff. We have engineering symbols. That's extremely handy because I'm a professional lazy butt, and is actually the reason why I moved from this to this, is because this engineering symbols, which is very useful when you're using equations for solving like the equivalent impedance of a capacitor at blah 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 frequency. Very, very handy. Has the definite integrals and derivatives. Yes, that's the derivative. The other one's integral. The whole constant and conversion thing. It also, what else? Base stuff, so you can do, hexadecimal and stuff. It does see equation and vectors, which something interesting on here is that the colon thing for slapping two statements together in the thing, that's disabled on this mode, indicating that the whatever mystery microcontroller is in here is kind of a bit starved for data RAM. It's not that much more of interest now that I think about it. There's an odd omission, actually, is I need to find there. Sigma and the theta, the sigma, but it multiplies instead of adds. That's missing on here. That seems kind of weird, honestly. Why is... I'm guessing, this is going to be a clone of one of the Casio's. Casio's model numbering is confusing. So is Sharp's, honestly. Everyone's model numbering is confusing. But, yeah, I don't know why that's missing on here. Yeah. Very odd. Alright, let's take this thing apart. Ignore this hole I drilled into the case. I had to have, had to be able to have my barge wires snake out of it. Because, unlike almost every other calculator I own, this thing does not have the PCB heat staked onto the bottom of the case. So, we turned ourselves on. In fact, the back thing is what clamps the PCB and the key matrix up against the keys. And the keys are plastic and individual plastic things, so, yeah, if you ever need to get in here to replace the battery, be careful not to tip the calculator over, because that will be one really annoying time for you. I'm gonna... Yeah, we can really tell very low-end injection molding, like... even those Sharp BL506 clones from the Dollar Tree, the Jot scientific calculators, even those had better injection molding than this. This thing's honestly really cheap and nasty. It's kind of taking the piss, really. come on, guys. Like, we could have taken some, actually, why is this pattern here? I'm trying to think. Did someone take the, metal mold and just, like, normally you'd expect, like, a battery holder here, whatever. Did... But, of course, on here, we have the battery on here, which is an LR1130, which is, pretty bog standard. Decent battery format. This is recessed in, which means... yeah, when it comes to injection molding, it's kind of mirrored. So a concave thing on the mold will be convex on the part that comes out. So someone must have taken some goop or whatever that's able to withstand the temperature and just shoved it into this part of the mold, because I can feel it. This, like, weird pattern, it's lower down from the other parts of the plastic. I don't know why you would do that, actually, unless you were really skimping on the plastic pellets or something, because the structures for the... normally, if you're not going to use that, you're just going to leave that in and just, like, not populate the battery terminals. But, we do have some interesting marks on the PCB. Mystery microcontroller with its charge pump capacitors. The top one, because I've been in here with my switch, momentary switch and wires soldering onto it, and yeah, as you can see, I've ripped some pads because, yeah, this is some really cheap board. Reset switch. A lot of these Casios, I think they have the reset switch. The on is the reset switch, and there's the other Casio. And it's just not on this one. This is where the reset switch is. That'll do that. Either 8882 or 2888. 5th month of 2022, if I had to guess. So quite recent. Guess they haven't really been coming off the shelves that much. 6908, or they just made a crap ton of these and just have billions of them in the warehouse. 6613/401 1/3. Oh, the 401. That'll be the 401. That must be the reference to the probably whatever model number they internal model number on here, because 401, that's the on the packaging advertising the amount of functions. I don't know what this 6613 is though. Really couldn't take in some sandpaper and okay, I'm done. I'm done bitching about the injection molding. DY09286A1 PCB designation. I know on like RS Key and Data Math, the authors on those sites will erroneously say that this is the part number of the little IC, which no, almost certainly not. This is almost certainly just the designation for the PCB itself. In fact, regarding the IC, Sun Plus maybe? I don't know. I don't know what thing that would be. I don't think I'm not aware of any Sun Plus ICs that are able to PLL off 1.5 volts and well, voltage multiply off 1.5 volts. I guess you could say it's sort of a type of a PLLing, but it's not. Yeah. Yeah, I have 4 function calculators that have better injection molding on it. The injection molding is honestly the worst part of this. That and the key legend. Would I recommend this? Oh, see, yeah. So yeah, someone did. These would have been the little posts that would have kept the little button cells pressed up against the contacts so that they don't rattle out at anything. So yeah, someone took some goop and filled that little cavity in the mold. How odd! If you're gonna do that, then why wouldn't they have filled this in? I guess maybe it would have. It's confusing trying to think about that because you need to kind of think of the inverse of the mirror in your head, and you know, that gets kind of that gets confusing, honestly. No, that wouldn't have affected this side. This would have been a different face. Yeah, I don't know what's been happening there. Would I recommend this for like your like high school or something? Sort of. The only issue I see with that is reason why I say maybe is that weird equation solver thing on here. Watch as I'm probably stripping that screw hole out. The equation solver is honestly, I mean, it technically works, but it's a joke. It is honestly a joke. It's, you saw with the x equals x plus 1, that just absolutely butchered that. And it had, it couldn't do that fraction thing. But everything else on this thing, all the other features, they do work. You know, I'm just gonna do that after I stop filming. Everything else on here works, like whole matrix and equation thing. The equation thing works. For like a school student, for high school, maybe. For an engineer or like someone out in the field who does like stuff that requires applied maths, yes, actually, because you know, when you're doing you know, trying to find how many farads you need a capacitor to be, and you're using some sort of equation to do that, and you know, you put in here, and then you get something like that. That's just sending alarm bells through your head, and you know, and you don't need to, you know, when you're actually doing like, you know, like actual applied mathematics, you'll see something like this, like an absolutely ludicrous value, and you'll just instantly know that's wrong. Uh, but for something like a math test, I mean, unless it's a multiple choice, I can see a lot of teenagers getting crap like right just going, oh, that's the value, and just writing that down onto their homework or whatever. I mean, sure, you can try telling them don't use the equation solver on here, but you know they will. uh, but you know it. But for like applied stuff, it has the whole engineering symbols. So yeah, for engineers, yes, actually, yeah, do pick it up. It's cheap. It's $5. It's the keys are. Oh, sniffle, fleeful, myful, flyfer. Uh, is this thing multiplexing both the LCD and the keypad matrix? Is that why that's happening? Uh, but for like school students, no, no, not for school students. Not for school students, because someone they're gonna try and do a lot of it is just a lot of them is just gonna be just get it done. When you're doing equations like figure out a properties of a circuit, electrical circuit, you're gonna actually put effort into making sure you get thing uh, numbers that make sense. But when you're just hashing like some homework out so that you can get it out of the way, you're just gonna see the first thing you get out of something like this and put it out. So not for students, but for like engineers and stuff, yes. If you're an engineer, get it.